MR2 Drivers Club stand with Dave Perdue, who's got this very interesting liveried Mark III MR2. Why has it got Gulf colours?
It's actually to do with the body kit that it was made in Japan. The company's called Damned Effect, and the body kit Street Slider was actually released in the promo colours.
Okay, so how rare is it?
Oh, I would say it's in single digits.
Okay, and that's globally?
Globally, yes.
Only one in the UK?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so how long have you owned it?
This is the second time I've owned it, and it's 2 years this time. So yeah, I've known the history of it for some time.
Okay. So it's a
2001.
Okay, so 21 years old, and it's a Japanese market car.
Yes.
So when did it come into the UK?
Back into 2004.
Okay. And what have you done with it?
Well, since I've had it, I've enjoyed it, but I've actually recently, not that long ago, turbocharged it to take the standard engine from 138 up to 265.
And is that an off-the-shelf conversion?
There's parts of it in America by a company called Monkey Wrench Racing. It's something that's done a lot in America, but not here in the UK.
Okay, so what's the setup with the turbo? I mean, how have you gone about doing it?
So it's a log manifold with a Garrett turbo on it. It's just running uprated injectors, an intercooler which is hanging out the back and mapped up on Power FC engine management.
Okay, so do you track it? Do you race it?
No, I enjoy it when I can. It's just been put back on the road after a little bit of time off after we've had our first child. But yeah, it's my toy for when I want to go out and let a little bit of steam off or just enjoy something.
And do you know its history being such a rare car? Do you know its complete history?
I'm getting there with it. It's been a long process, but from what I can work out, it was manufactured in March 2001. Then it sat around in Japan for 6 months, which it turns out went back to Toyota to be painted and set up to how DAM specified it.
So it didn't leave the factory originally like this?
No, it's still got primer paint on the front and in the back. And if you remove the carpets, there's still primer paint. There's no body colour paint on it.
Okay. And I gather at the show somebody came up to you who owned it in the past?
Yeah, so basically I'm lucky enough today that here after the third day I've bumped into the person who originally imported it back in 2004. Found out a bit of information that he ended up sitting on it for a while because someone didn't want to touch it because of the colour. Originally done MX-5s, and this was sort of come in something he picked up from the auctions. And it's just really interesting. He confirmed what I've suspected for a number of years. It's just made my day, and it's not often that someone that loves a car so much manages to find an importer that's actually bought their car in.
Yeah. So with a turbo, it's clearly pretty nary. What's it like to drive?
It's actually very sedate. It's got the MRS gearbox in it, which is short ratio, but it's got no LSD. Right. So I'm pretty much on motorway speeds always on boost. So if I was to put my foot down, it takes off quite nicely. Because it's only about 900 kilos and 265 brake, it drives quite nice as well as handling well.
65 horses is a lot for something this small.
Yeah, I mean, granted I've got a bit of weight and it fits up to the ton, but power to weight ratio, yeah,
it doesn't try and swap ends when you go around corners?
Less than my Mark II did. To be fair, I had to change the tyre profiles because they couldn't cope with it. I went from 15s to 16s and another 20mm wider each side. Makes it a lot more enjoyable and predictable.
So is there anything still left to do, or is this it done now?
No. I mean, obviously there's a damage to repair and a repaint as well. Yeah.
What's the damage?
The damage was basically when I first owned it, I hit a monk jack on the way to work in the morning. Yeah, and it was 3 months before I got married. So I didn't think my wife would let me have the money to fix it, so I ended up selling it. And it was one of those cars that when you regret selling, you just want to buy it back, and I hunted around, and I was lucky enough to come to the opportunity about 4 years after I sold it to buy it back again.
Right, okay. But mechanically it's all up and running? And
yeah, passing the MOT straight through. She's good as gold. She doesn't do much mileage. She's very low. She's converted when she's come over after 3 years, and she's still only at 67,000 on the clock. So some of that's going to be K, so it's probably closer to 50k in miles.
Okay, well, it looks pretty amazing to me. Hopefully you'll get plenty of use out of it this summer. Get out on the track and really give it more floor.
Yeah, that'd be nice if feasible.
Okay, well, thanks for that.
Thank you.
Have a good show.
Cheers.
Thank you.